I think we're getting to the point where you can just change the name of Star Wars to Spin-off Wars, because that's all that's happening. It's one spin-off after another, adding characters, bringing them back from the dead, making stories that aren't even necessary and probably are retcons. If you just give it a second to think about it, remember the dialogue. Lots and lots of retcons. But in this article from IGN, the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi actress wants a young Leia spinoff. Can't really blame her for that, because actresses, they want to act. She probably had a lot of fun on the set, but let's see what the article has to say. Maybe Obi-Wan isn't her only hope after all. I'm not really sure how much a 11, 12, 13-year-old Princess Leia, how interesting of a series that could be, but she was 19. Princess Leia was 19 to 23 in the original trilogy, so maybe young adult Princess Leia. So I don't know how well the actress would fit into that, but let's get on with the article. Obi-Wan Kenobi star Vivian Lyra Blair wants her own Star Wars spinoff. So does everybody else. During an interview with The Direct, the 11-year-old actress says she's hoping for her own spinoff show telling the story of a young Princess Leia on Alderaan. How interesting would that be? A young, preteen, teenage Princess Leia? Maybe 17, 18, leading up to A New Hope? That might be interesting to some people, to show how she becomes part of the rebellion, how she gets to where she is. But I don't know. Quote, "We're kind of hoping for my own show there," she said. "We're kind of thinking it could be a fun to do show. It could be fun to do a show of Leia on Alderaan. And I really hope something like that could work." Blair recently starred as the young Princess Leia in the hit, that's a reach there, Disney Plus show that should not have been made, Obi-Wan Kenobi, where she joined Ewan McGregor to tell a previously unseen chapter of the Jedi Master's life that was completely and totally made up just to get clicks, just to get views, just to satisfy fans, and nonsensical story that never should have happened. Screw you, Disney. Screw you, Kathleen Kennedy. However, it looks as though even if there is a second season, Blair likely won't be back. Now, this might be the smartest thing she says. I would love to, but I was saying, like, I don't see how I would fit into it. So even she can see how we would break the established lore and canon and disrespect everything that came before it. She goes on, because it's very implied, it's also very implied that the actions, what happened in the Obi-Wan series didn't happen. It is heavily implied that Obi-Wan and Darth Vader did not meet the way they did in the Disney Plus show, but whatever. It's heavily implied that she didn't see him again until she asked for help in the fourth movie, A New Hope. And so I think it's kind of like, how would I fit into that? An 11-year-old child is smarter than Disney and Lucasfilm. Go figure. It's no secret that Ewan McGregor really wants a second season, maybe he's out of work, of the show, and Blair herself revealed that he's still excited at that idea. A lot of people are asking me, will we get a second season of Obi-Wan, she said, and I think it's very much a possibility, because Ewan McGregor is just begging. Oh, don't beg. Begging to do another one. Don't beg. It makes you look bad. He's really excited. At the moment, Obi-Wan Season 2 is, quote, not in active development, and it shouldn't be unless it focuses on Obi-Wan again. A lot of the criticism about how they went with the show and the meeting with Darth Vader focus on Obi-Wan in dealing with the trauma of his failure and how he prepares himself and becomes one with the Force and training with Qui-Gon to become a Force ghost. How he deals with the trauma of his failure to the Jedi, to the Force, and to Anakin, and the turmoil he goes through there. That might be, probably a boring slog through lots of exposition, maybe some live-action flashbacks. That could be interesting. What they gave us in the Disney Plus Obi-Wan series was just no. Let's see. We'll get a second season. Will we get a second season? Honestly, blah, blah. At the moment, Obi-Wan Season 2 is not in active development, according to Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy, because, yeah, it's sad that the boss herself is an unreliable source when one thing after another gets announced and then it's canceled, and then something else is announced and then it gets canceled, and it's not canceled but it's not in active development, and all this other stuff. You never know what's going to come out, what's not going to come out. Remember Rogue Squadron? Rian Johnson's trilogy? Okay. But I never say never, because there's always a possibility. Of course there's always a possibility. There's another possibility that an asteroid will hit planet Earth. That show was so well received. No, it wasn't. And director Deborah Chow did such a spectacular job of disrespecting the canon. Whether or not it happens remains to be seen, but with so many burning questions left unanswered. What burning questions? What burning questions are left unanswered as far as Princess Leia goes? She becomes part of the rebellion. She steals this. She becomes part of that. Asks Obi-Wan for help. And boom, here we are. Whether you like it or not, the original Star Wars trilogy was about the Skywalker family. It was a little bit about the rebellion, but it was genuinely about Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Anakin, and all that other stuff. Trying to create story. Everyone else was secondary assistants, co-stars, co-heroes, and whatnot. Everyone had heroes' journeys, character development, all that other stuff, but it was mainly focused on Skywalker. So, what more burning questions could there be about Princess Leia? I don't know. If you have other burning questions, go read the books. Go read the Legends books, because they were decanonized by Lucasfilms and Kathleen Kennedy. Thank you so much. Find the ones before 2013 if you want more information about Princess Leia. They're beloved books. Whether or not it happens remains to be seen, but yeah, so many burning questions left unanswered. It might not be long for Obi-Wan returns, because they're out of ideas. As for the young Princess Leia spin-off, that's something else entirely. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10 because that's what they do, because they want to keep their access. Heaven forbid we insult Disney in their retconning garbage. Obi-Wan Kenobi bridges the gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope to a satisfying effect. What were you smoking when you watched it? Ewan McGregor drives through the show through a muddled middle third towards a thrilling conclusion where he absolutely fails yet again in doing his job. He makes the statement, "It ends here, it ends now," and then he walks away, leaving Darth Vader alive. What sort of shit-tastic writing is that? If that's the kind of writing you can expect in any sort of Princess Leia spinoff, Young Princess Leia Adventures or whatever on Alderaan, I have no hope whatsoever for that sort of spinoff show. But whatever. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Are you looking forward? Would you look forward to a Princess Leia spinoff? Are you looking forward to season 2 of Obi-Wan? And see how much more they can destroy his character and ruin everything that came before it. Thank you for making it this far.